Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another video review, and this time I'm doing a little bit different. I'm doing the Kotobukiya's D-Style Gaogaigar figure from the King of Braves Gaogaigar series, and yeah, very, very nice model kit. If you don't know what the D-Style is, they're like chibi model kits of Zoids and robots and stuff like that. So we have the kit number 11 in the D-Style series, Gaogaigar, which, as you see, there's this box right back there in the back. And go ahead and look at these guys. We have Gallion, Liner Gao, Drill Gao, and Stealth Gao. So very nice. And go ahead and look at Gallion and look at all his features. As you can see, he's a white little itty bitty kitty. So very nice. His mouth does open and close, which is nice. And everything's jointed, so his shoulders are on a ball joint and his elbows are hinged. And then there's a universal hinge right here that allows it to go in and out, and then like this, and then his leg can bend back and forth. So that's pretty nice detailing and posability to him. Liner Gao is just a Shinkansen bullet train, so it does nothing but just sit there. It doesn't even roll. So there's that. And then there's a Drill Gao, which these can go down and up, but that's just for the transformation. And the way the drills are stuck on for the model kit, they actually rotate. And I would have liked to paint this, but I wanted to do a review of it first, at least. Excuse me as I unplug my camera. So go ahead and plug it back in. So there. And Stealth Gao, the last one, and there is some pre-painted details on the sides, as you can see right there on the lion mane and the stripe here and the 3G logo, which on Stealth Gao it stands for Gutsy Geoid Guard, or I think that's right, because Gaogaigar came out. If you've seen the show, you know why. So Gutsy Geoid Guard, Gaogaigar. Anyways, now this set does kind of transform, not so much as parts form. So start off with Gallion. So if you've seen the show, Guy Shishio, the cyborg, will fuse or perform fusion with Gaigar, or with Gallion, to form Gaigar. So in order to do that, on this figure, we need to yank off the tail and then straighten up the legs and rotate the waist around, straighten up the arms, and pull this main piece off and set it off to the side and drop some pieces while I'm at it. And then take Gallion's head off and then rotate it around over here, and then attach Gaigar's head on there. So there we have the D-Style Gaigar figure. So very nice. Posability is still retains in this mode. The same ball jointed shoulders and hinged elbows and the hinged legs, but there's no ankle tilt to it, so it has to stand kind of flat, which is alright for this mode, seeing as this isn't the normal mode you're going to probably keep this model kit in. And Gaigar can actually combine with Stealth Gao and Drill Gao in this form. There's a post right there on the back and peg right there, and you just slide that in. And he actually does do this in the show a couple times too, so it's not like some half-assed thing that they just decided to throw together all of a sudden. So there's that. And then you can also take drill gal and separate the halves apart, and then the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to take off the foot, and it comes with this little white stick piece, which you're supposed to put in the rubber polycap ball joint to move it up, and then take it out, and then put it back in. Just like that. But you can do it over here by just slightly pulling it out, and then using this post to actually move it away. So it's a nice addition, the little white stick piece, but it's not necessarily needed. And I prefer doing it that way because I don't, well, the stick's nice, it's just, yeah. So then there's, on the inside of the foot piece, there's this little bit right here, and that actually goes into a groove on Gaogar's hand. So you just line it up. It's going to be very difficult to see because of everything in the way, but you just line it up and it rests in there. And then you can use drill gal for a pair of drill boxing gloves if you can get it stuck on there just right. There we go. So you have that, which looks pretty cool. Now go ahead and take these off. Now to get into Gaogaigar, we do Final Fusion. If you've seen the show, you know how that goes. And Final Fusion, it just calls upon the other Gao machines, and they combine to form Gaogaigar. So in order to get this kit ready for that, what we need to do is pull off the toes and pull off Gallion's head and rotate the waist around. So we got this waist piece here, and take the arms, take them off and put them over here on the back so they're out of the way. And then it actually reveals this little clip piece right here. But then you take this piece and you actually put this on the front, and that gives enough clearance for Gallion's head and the crotch piece to Gaogaigar. So there's that. Now, just like in the show, you can do it just like in the show, which I guess I can go ahead and do. Or not just like in the show, but close enough. Since we already have drill gal in this formation, you just bend the drills forward and set, as you see in there is a little post, and then there's a hole on the bottom of Gaigar's feet. You just set it in there and it fits in with just enough friction. It's still a little loose, but this is a model kit. It's not like a toy, so it's not necessarily to be played with and flown around all the time. So there's that. Next, take liner gal and split it in half. And if you need to do this first, come under here and make sure that the hollow part is facing back. And then that piece we revealed earlier is going to clip onto this piece right here on liner gal, if you can get it lined up right. And it's very hard to get in there if you don't have any fingernails. So there's that. And then take stealth gal, and it's easiest to take off the thrusters, which become his arms, and then that post we saw earlier, there goes my phone, that post we saw earlier is still there. So It's a little finicky to get to with the arms in the way, but once you get it, it'll stay locked in place. And then take the main pieces off and then connect this peg into the slot right here on liner gal. So just like that. And just like that. And then this arm goes over here. So just take this and set it in. Like so. And then take hands. We have an option of hands, which I'll go over in a minute, but for now we'll just take the basic fists and plug them in. And come over here and plug it in. So there's that. Go ahead and relax his shoulder, his arms. And then lastly, we need to get the helmet on, which the helmet comes in two parts. You get the helmet, and then you get the mouthpiece, which you put the mouthpiece in first. Sometimes I actually like to forget doing this. So you actually put the mouthpiece in first, which gives him this vicious maw. And then go ahead and slap the helmet on. And there we have Gaogaigar in his chibi form, which still looks very nice. And you have these pieces that are left over, which don't end up getting used at all in this mode. And then there's the stick from earlier. And then there's posability wise, he's actually pretty posable. He's got shoulder rotation, and you can actually move the arm out a little ways so it can clear the mane. And then elbow rotation and bend, and then ball jointed wrists, but the ball joint doesn't do much. He's got a ball jointed neck. Then he's got hinges in the knees and in the hip if you can get to it, and then ball jointed feet. So, but it's kind of hard to pose him and keep him together, so I'm not going to mess with him too much. Now, for hand options, you saw this hand. It's the Protect Shade hand. And then he also has this hand, which is his Hell and Heaven hand. Then he also comes with a dividing driver. So, show off the dividing driver first, since that makes the most sense. Go ahead and pop off this hand, and then there's these two little posts on the dividing driver that go into there, if you can get it in right. Come on, there you go. So now he's ready to bend time and space with the dividing driver. Or not time, just bend space with the dividing driver. There's that. And get him posed to do the Protect Shade. So he can do that, which does look pretty cool. And sunlight coming through is throwing off my white balance horribly. Oop. Oh, screw it. I'm going to deal with it. So yeah. And then lastly, we can pose him to do the Hell and Heaven, which is a little bit difficult. You have to actually not remove all this. You just need to remove the mane, because the mane is going to be in the way. And pop off both hands. Oh, and also if you want, you can do this and pretend it's the broken magnum, or the yeah, the broken magnum. And sometimes you do get a polycap stuck in there. I like the polycap being stuck on the fist, so I'll use the stick to pull it out and put the polycap back on. Then yank off said main piece and put the arm back on, and then pop that in. And pop that in. So now you have him ready to perform his final attack, the Hell and Heaven, which looks not so menacing in the little chibi form, but it's still pretty cool. So it's nice that you can still do that. Now, very, very nice model kit. It does run really cheap too. I think I only got this set for like 30 bucks. So it's a very nice set, and a lot of stuff's already painted in, which, by the way, detail wise, you do have the G-Stone and his head done in translucent green. So that's also pretty nice. There is some stuff that is painted in, like the red details on Stealth Gao and that. And then all the blue on Liner Gao is painted in. So there's pre-painted stuff, but you can still already go and paint this. And on the instructions, it actually has a paint guide. So I'll show that off real quick. I didn't think about that until now, so yeah, I keep my sprues. I don't know why, I just do. I like them. I don't know what you guys do with your sprues, but yeah, so the instructions. Very nice instruction booklet too, by the way, which does open up. But that's unnecessary right now. And yeah, it does have a paint guide. If you want to paint this figure up yourself, it tells you every single detail that you need to paint in, and that is very nice. And like, I believe this is like areas where they need painted in, I'm not sure, so and he does look pretty nice all finished up. So yeah, final thoughts, an awesome set. If you like Gaogaigar and you want like model kits, this is an awesome set to have. Very fun to mess with, and that you can display it in all its modes too is a bonus. So I like this set a lot. I'm actually planning on getting more. I have Gaogaigar, which I'm going to review next, and I plan on getting the rest of the sets, but they're a little bit tricky to find sometimes. So this has been Ratchet Reviews. I hope you guys liked this video review, and I'll see you again next time.